Look at. Today, we'll see how Yunfan rebounds under pressure, faces a financial crisis, and all the weird events. Changda's return gives the team a boost. His desperate gambler title is awkward, but he's a bigwig in the army. He strategizes like chess master, throwing down army bucks to snag the opponent's uniforms, leaving everyone else in shock. Then, he sent Yunfan's aides to rough it out in the fields and wound up in a Texas Hold'em-style beatdown. The village head, watching all this, could only sigh. Even American soldiers have checked out. This is beyond ridiculous. Changda took matters into his own hands, directing a hilarious diner drama, with aides split into two teams for chaotic rehearsals. Those accusing Yunfan were beaten by their own president's team. People watched, stunned, unaware of the brewing turmoil. But the president went bonkers, handing out supermarket specials like rubber shoes, cloth shirts, flour, and sugar, essentially a survival kit. Meanwhile, Yunfan's side was feeling the pinch. Investing in enemy uniforms drained resources needed for real battles. Changda racked his brains in an attempt to break through a warehouse attacking tactic, with his aides stunning enemy uniforms, knocking on doors at the dock, and delivering harsh break-up words in the gentlest tones. This was a classic human nature drill. Changda's antics made Park Jung-hee cry heartache. He wrapped the looted goods with Yunfan's labels like putting ice cream into the wrong container. Crowd spirits lifted right away. Just as the president's aides scratched their heads in confusion, Yunfan delivered supermarket gift baskets to voters. So, they seized this evidence to attack Yunfan in a joint speech. Changda frowned, secretly worried. Just wait and see how Yunfan will come to the rescue with his high-definition flair in the upcoming part of this speech. During this speech, Yunfan has truly showcased his remarkable eloquence and exceptional charisma. The tide turned, and Changda couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief while secretly admiring Yunfan. Even in 1967, Yunfan of the New People's Party got elected to talk about divine intervention. Park Jung-hee was shocked and immediately sent the second-in-command of Kin to visit the mountaintop and discuss the way forward. He is indeed one of the most powerful individuals in the country, and he is all set to become an outstanding worker. However, Changda hesitated 3 seconds before a cash box and refused. Minister Kin's cold reception enraged him, as if bugs swarmed his face, sparking a belly-buster showdown. In the end, Changda had to obey orders, reluctantly hitting the exit button, but inside he was secretly thrilled. Subtitles: This method truly serves as the perfect exemplar of a shadow game. If you want to change things, just contact me, Shadow. A brilliantly talented evader, determined not to fade into the shadows. Now, he can only bide his time, as the sitting president claims longevity over the South Korean constitution. In the Second Order headquarters, Jin Lian-hu and Lai Han-ching discuss the core issues, sparking the internal strife. Outside of Changda, they didn't realize that the elites were off hunting for cooperative paths. Two groups intended to unite and form a 40-year alliance, seeking fresh political blood. What a brainwave. Lai Han believed that the backgroundless elites were easy to manage and quite pitiful. But the problem was, Changda could see through everything. He knew that beneath the surface lurked plenty of turmoil. Everyone began to feel that the elite should lay low, since Jin Lian-hu was adamantly expressing his intentions to run for president. However, Changda thought this opportunity shouldn't be missed. He quickly gathered a meeting, and ideas collided violently. The elite's ambitions were exposed, and he ultimately appeared as the NPP candidate in the media spotlight. Changda seized the opportunity amid the infighting of the two to achieve his objectives and break out. Sometimes, the power of emotion trumps cold numbers, and so he adopted a mobilization tactic to connect with the grassroots. The elite spread goodwill far and wide, winning hearts with sincerity, ultimately turning the tables. The New People's Party rode the wave of elite talent to win over the votes. Jin Lian, who employed every strategy to track down the isolated Jan Renchen for shots at the ruling party's leadership. Truly unpredictable. To that end, he coerced Lai Han-ching into withdrawing from the election, aiming to pocket all the votes. He even promised to hand over the third-in-command position to Lai Han-ching, essentially bribing him with a nice guy card. Secretary Park heard the news and quickly tried to advise Yunfan to withdraw, thinking it wasn't worth losing seats. However, Yunfan glimmered with the fighting spirit, shaking up everyone around him. Changda was strategizing, determined to quit being a shadow and secure his own spot. After a night's thought, they jumped into action. Jia Yunfan arrived at Lai Hancheng's door with promises. If Lai Hancheng followed him, he could fulfill his dream of becoming party president. However, Lai Hancheng was by no means a fool. He was not the kind of person who would be easily swayed or taken in by mere empty promises. And thus, a peculiar partnership blossomed. The atmosphere on voting day felt like a movie plot twist. Changda was more nervous than the new candidates, practically shaking the floor with his jittery energy. Came the vote results. Jinlian, who were 421 votes versus 382, a plot twist worthy of an Oscar. Yet the outcome's uncertain. Tension thickens as new twists emerge.